Good morning. It's TCSN Live. We had a little bit of technical difficulties on that last interview. Sorry about that. And just so you guys know, you can always catch most of our candidates on Uphill Media shortly after I interview them. We send them on down the road that way, and hopefully they work their way up to Young Turks and further on down to the mainstream media. But today we have Russ with us, Russ Cirincione, right, sir?
Hey, Adam. My name is Russ Cirincione.
Yes. How are we doing? And you're
Very
in.
good.
Are you in Jersey?
Yeah, so I'm in Middlesex County in New Jersey's 6th Congressional District.
And you're running for Congress, right?
Correct. Yeah, I'm running for Congress as a Democrat.
Right.
Running the primary June 2020.
June 2020 is the primary. Are you running against a Democrat or are you running against a Republican?
So the incumbent is a Democrat.
All right. Who is the incumbent?
Frank Pallone.
Ah, okay. So, and you're at like the Jersey Shore area, and I heard you say something about Sandy Hook. Is that in your district too?
Yeah, the Atlantic Highlands area and Sandy Hook are in the district. The district goes down to Asbury Park and goes up to Edison, Carteret.
Okay. Now, how many people are in that district around the population?
We have like around 700,000 people.
700,000. Oh, it's a big district. Oh, you guys are populated. It's the East Coast right there. So what got you into politics?
So I've been interested in politics for a long time, and about 2 years ago, my life changed forever. Our son was born. And, when you have a kid, you're really concerned about the future.
Right.
So I think all Americans want our country to get better and be the best that it can be. So that's why I decided to throw my hat in the ring, because we have a lot to do in this country, and we can really make it the best for the future generations.
Right. So what would you do if you took out this incumbent? What would you do to make the country better?
So my platform has 3 really big policy proposals. The first one, which I think is probably one of the biggest, is eliminating corruption from politics. And the American Anti-Corruption Act, I completely support, which will switch our campaign system, our campaign finance system to public finance. So we essentially cut off the billionaires' grasp of our government and return it back to the people. So that's one big thing. I also believe that the way forward is to utilize renewable energy technology, and we need to start building windmill farms, solar panel farms, and we have to make sure that any jobs are have a living wage. So I think the Green New Deal is the best way to go forward. And I also think that in America, one of the richest countries on the planet, we must guarantee healthcare as a right, and it must be affordable, and it must guarantee coverage to everyone. So I think Medicare for all is the right way forward. So I support Medicare for all as well.
Wonderful. So it's a living wage, Green New Deal, Medicare for all, down the list. And then I love that you plugged in the American Anti-Corruption Act. I've been following that for a while now, and I'm all about that stuff all the way down. I don't know if ranked choice voting is in there, but I like the ranked choice voting. But the Anti-American Corruption Act, does that represent us necessarily or no?
They are the group trying to pass it locally and statewide and federally. Yeah.
Okay.
So I like their bill that they're putting forth. So.
Right. It's an excellent bill. And tell us a little bit about how you said public funding. And then right now we've got the campaign. You said corruption. Explain that to our viewers.
So basically the way pretty much most Americans know that big money runs government, right? Corporations spend hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, influencing our representatives at every level. So we have to essentially stop the lobbyists from gaining influence. We have to ban private corporate donations and corporate PACs, and we have to switch to public financing. So what that means is every single American will get a $200 tax credit and be able to donate to a campaign. But businesses that have business before Congress will no longer be able to lobby. So if we cut off the spigot of dirty money going to representatives, then we can have a real government that represents the people. It's called the reform of all reforms, because once that happens and we end the undue influence of the billionaires on our elections, we can start governing for us and working class Americans. And I'm a working class American, so I fully support any policies that will build working class Americans.
Right. What do you do for a living?
So right now I'm a government housing attorney and I'm a litigator. So I've learned that we have to stand up for what we believe in.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
We do. And that's what you're doing. I applaud that. And I love the fact that you said the first thing you've talked about is the Anti-Corruption Act for America, because before we do that, it's going to be hard to work with the NRA involved in our system. It's going to be hard to get this Green New Deal passed, and with all these private health companies stopping Medicare for all. Like, it's the news is filled with anti-Medicare for all news, and it's all being pushed by private institutions that have millions and billions of dollars they're spending on this right now. It's hard for me to find an article that supports Medicare for all in mainstream media. I have to really pick through that shit to find it. And so, like you said, if we get that Anti-Corruption Act passed, then the rest will follow.
Right, exactly.
So what about your incumbent? What's his name again?
So the incumbent is Frank Pallone. He's been there for 27 years. He's the chair of the House. And
okay. And then what is he back? What's about him? Tell me about him.
So he refuses to sign the Medicare for All bill. He refuses to support Medicare for All. And also, he has said no to the Green New Deal. And he has a very powerful position. He's the chair of the Energy and Commerce Committee.
Okay. No wonder why he's saying no to the Green New Deal. Well, I thought he was a Democrat. He's supposed to be supporting the environment. He's supposed to be helping the people. And he's probably being led by lobbyists. Does he take money from anybody that you know of?
Well, listen, Frank Pallone has done a lot of good work for the district, and I definitely absolutely respect the work that he's done for us in the past. But I think the way forward is to really divest and move away from fossil fuels and keep them in the ground. And we need strong working class champions in Congress that are willing to stand up to the massive power of the fossil fuel industry. And that's really, really one of the strongest things that we need in new candidates. So I've taken the no fossil fuel money pledge. I'm not taking any money from them. I'm not taking any corporate PAC money. Our campaign is people funded, people powered, because we need a government of, by, and for the people.
Right on. So where's your website? What's your website? How can people look you up online?
So I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and our website is Cirincione2020.com.
Excellent. And is there a way to donate to you right there?
Yeah, we have the Act Blue link on the website. So
excellent. And we'll put a link down here for everyone that's watching. We'll put a link down here. So you got a long haul ahead of you. What's your plans? Do you have a team you're putting a team together? You need people to help you knock doors. What's the first beginning of your strategy to do this? Because it's not easy.
It's definitely not easy. It's such a large district, and we need more volunteers. We're putting together a campaign team. I have a manager that's coming on board after the June elections here, and we need more volunteers, really, and we need people to knock on doors. So we're going to build a team, and we're also tapping in. We're trying to build coalitions with grassroots movements in our district as well, because this is a people-powered movement, right? We have to we have to enact change from the bottom up. So we're getting as many people involved as we can. So we could really use some support.
Wonderful. So name a couple of the bigger towns and stuff in your, because one of the things I've noticed, a lot of people don't know what district they live in. So sometimes if you tell everybody right now, then they'll say, hey, that's where I live. What are some of the bigger towns?
So there's 32 towns, municipalities in the district. The biggest ones are Edison, Middletown, Old Bridge, New Brunswick, Asbury Park. There's a lot of towns, and we have a list of them on the website. And
Wonderful.
it's most of Middlesex and Monmouth counties.
Okay. This is a big district. Wow, this is going to be an exciting race. Well, we're going to be following you along the whole way, and we're going to do all we can to help. We're going to send you on down the line to the other media company, the other media sources, independent media sources, so you can start getting your name out. Anybody listening, if you live in Jersey, let's help Russ get elected. You don't have to live in the district to help him get elected. If you're in the United States, if you're in California, you can donate money to Russ because he votes for Congress. That means he'll be voting on things like Yemen and war, and he'll be voting on things that matter to everybody that lives in the United States. So this is not just the people in Jersey. This is the people in America. And actually, it's going to affect the people in the world. So we ask everybody to get involved. Check out the links. So Russ, what else would you say would be one of the biggest issues that you would support other than Medicare for All, Green New Deal, the Anti-Corruption Act, something that makes you stand out, something that's important for Jersey or where you live?
Yeah, so I really believe that we should have a fair tax system. And what I mean by that, we need to close the corporate loopholes in our tax code that incentivizes corporations moving overseas. So if corporations paid their fair share of taxes, we would have an additional $2 trillion over the next decade.
Yeah.
I think that it makes sense for CEOs to pay a similar tax rate to their secretaries. It's called the Buffett rule for Warren Buffett, right?
Right.
If he paid the same tax rate as a secretary, which is like around 15%, maybe a little more, then we'd have a fair tax code. And I really believe in that. I also think that we need to legalize marijuana on the federal level. And I think we need to expunge all possession convictions.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We have a very progressive
what is your district? Is it, what's the, is it mainly white? Is it mainly Hispanic, Black communities? What do we got? What are we working with here?
We have a really diverse district.
Okay. Wonderful. So that means that, yes, because there's no doubt in my mind personally that when you come to the incarceration and the prison system in America, it's pretty racist. And when you have the drug war and you have all these people locked up, most of those people locked up are people of color, people of different ethnicities, and we need to change that. So you're saying that you would like to expunge all marijuana charges. Is this right? All marijuana charges that are nonviolent, even if someone's in jail for 5 years for marijuana?
Yes. Nonviolent possession convictions, absolutely. We need to legalize it, and we need to expunge those convictions and get those people out of prison because essentially it's a plant that grows in the ground, right?
That's right. Okay. Well, that's awesome. That's a big thing. So listen, if you got family that's in jail for marijuana, we need to have to get Russ in there so we can get your family members out of jail. We need to end this mass incarceration. We need to close down the private prisons. What do you think about that private prisons?
Private prisons should be illegal. There should be no one profiting from putting people in a jail cell. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Russ. This is awesome. Your agenda is progressive straight down the list. You know what you're doing. I'm excited to see where you're going to go from here. And everybody have a great Memorial Day. This is Russ Cirincione from Jersey District number 6, is it?
Yep, NJ6. Thanks, Adam.
Yes, sir. TCSN Live. Everyone have a great Memorial Day weekend. Drive safe.